Well, hello, my friends. This is going to be a video discussion, or discussion on video, or a video talking about what an intro. I don't know how anybody subscribes to me at all, but I guess you feel the vibe sometimes. What I'm trying to say is this is going to be a video talking about bookshelves versus towers. Now, this is influenced by the most recent podcast stream by Jay and Sean, their One Bit podcast. They had talked about the benefits and the drawbacks and the differences between having bookshelves and towers and what they both offer. And the takeaway is my flickering lights. They're on like a different wavelength or a different frequency from my phone shutter speed, so they always flicker. Anyways, I don't know how to stop that. I can't change the frequency of the power supply. That's super annoying. It's distracting me. Can I change it if I do this? Bookshelves have a smaller cabinet. Generally, the smaller panels don't resonate the same way that larger panels on a tower do. So in that sense, bookshelf speakers are a little bit more stable. They don't have as much bracing. They don't weigh as much. They're easier to mount. Now, I've got a lot of them out here. Monolith Encore B6 for the center channel in my surround sound system. T6 towers in the Monolith Encore series. Kanto YU5 passives. There's no power in those. Those are just my backup sort of bookshelf speakers that I had for testing purposes. A couple videos ago, I did test all of these bookshelves plus the KEF R3 Metas, which I don't have. The Radiant Acoustics are passive. Right now, the Buchard Audio A10s, these beautiful speakers, are being driven by the preamp and self-powered, so there's no amplifier electronics up here right now. I am working on getting a set of monoblocks. I'll probably put the monoblocks underneath each of these tables, which is why I bought these. It's got this super cool kind of space underneath, and they actually have a power supply with USB and all that on the back of the table. Even though I'm not using it right now, I can use it in the future, so I can just plug in power cables that are like 5 inches long for my powered bookshelves. The Radiant Acoustics probably will end up in my other room. I have the stands in there now, but I might swap them out and then put the monoblocks in here. And then the Buchard Audio A10s, they're just like swapping in and out. Once in a while I have this flavor, sometimes I have that flavor, and that's how that's just gonna go. So going back to the idea of towers versus bookshelves, my theory about it has always been, and my feeling about it has been that towers have always interested me because of the way that they're designed, the way they look, the way they fit into a room, their sensitivity, dynamic capabilities. They generally, because of the woofer surface area, they have this ability to project attack. Their dynamics in terms of attack is usually higher. Their surface area projects more weight movement. So their sensitivity is higher, which means they project a little bit easier with amplifier power. Bookshelves, they're just easier to move around, easier to position. You can change the height based on the stand. You can do a lot of different stuff. There's only so much you can do for height with towers. And then towers, depending on the kind that you're getting, whether they're slim or deep or tall or heavy, you often need a different space. Like, you need more space to listen to them. And that's generally some of the points that Jay and Sean were talking about in their video. I'm in the same position now because in my other room, which I can't go into right now, it's a little bit of a mess. The Arundel Towers 1723 THX are 92 dB sensitive, and they have been absolutely amazing. And all of the towers that I have gotten over the number of years now, even the Sonus Faber speakers, were about 90 dB sensitive, and most of the other stuff that I see in towers and bookshelves at least are 86, 85, 87 maybe, but 90 plus allows for a lot of room, right? So I'm interested in maybe getting new speakers. I'm not really sure what I'm gonna get yet. I keep going back and forth between a number of different towers. the Arundel 1528 series, the Boris and Acoustics X series, the Monitor Audio Platinum series. I actually started thinking about even getting Paradigm speakers because they are local. A lot of my dealers have them here. The first thing that I do need to figure out is my preamp in the other system. The preamp has got some sort of low noise floor. I don't know if I'm going to get it replaced. Maybe get a loaner. I need to talk to my reps at Rotel, see if I can figure that out. But that's really the one thing I need to change because, to be honest, and I've said before on this channel, the Monolith Encore speakers for home theater use and not critical listening are some of the best value you can get. They're very well designed, horn-loaded, 2.5 way speaker, and then the Bucard Audio A10s are some of the best in powered home audio you can get. And then Radiant Acoustics are some of the best technology in passive bookshelf technology you can get. AMT tweeter, basically Peter Lingdorf designed, Purify collaboration, Purify woofer, passive radiators, low frequency, absolute clarity, and then the same thing with Bucard, the same, all of the clarity is there. So I have these bests, and then in my other room, the Arundel towers are some of the best you can get in that atmosphere. The 1723 THX towers were voted some of the best speakers from multiple influencers, YouTube guys, most of my friends online, Youthman, Villaman, Joe and Tell, Chana. I mean, even Aaron's Audio Corner measured some of the 1723S models to be very good. Audioholics measured them well. I've had them for 2 years now and they're amazing. Jay voted them to be his best speaker, number one speaker for those years. So I mean, they proved their value, and now it's like, do I really need to get better of any of these, or should I focus on some other things? Like, my video library with my home theater is not great. Kaleidoscape would be amazing because it would consolidate all my files. It would improve my ability to play files. I mean, right now I'm still using CDs. I have all my CDs here from the last year and all of my favorites, both Twister movies, Mission Impossibles, Dune, all the John Wick films, all the collection films, Hobbit, Game of Thrones is in there, Matrix, like, you know what I mean? Like, I've got all of the best of the best in 4K. So do I, you know what I mean? Like, if I could put all this in hard drives, it would make my life a lot easier. So now I'm in this place where I game a lot, and that's why I have the home theater system in here set up this way. Do I really need to change the speakers? How do I just sit and enjoy what I've already accumulated instead of thinking, like, what needs to be improved? What can I do better? What do I get next? Do I really want to get bigger speakers? I mean, I had always desired the Boris and Acoustics X6 towers. Now, the only problem is they're about 170 pounds each. Same with the Arundel towers. Arundel 1528 are a cheaper speaker, arguably better in some kind of ways. Driver area, the material that they used, they might even be better for my space because they're smaller, but they're so heavy. They're hundreds of pounds. Now this suits me just fine because I can just pick them up and move them. They're a lot easier to deal with. So now I have to decide, like, do I want to go with my beloved towers, or do I want to try out some kind of high quality bookshelf and get new subwoofers that are capable of handling that range, 70 hertz, 80 hertz and down, and then use the subs to compensate for the bookshelves in a space. I could get higher end bookshelves and subs for a cheaper cost than towers. So anyways, that's just the tag on the video that I saw today. Go check out the One Bit Podcast and Jay's channel with Sean. Those guys have some great topics and a lot of experience reviewing gear, so their insights and topics are valued and appreciated. This is just from my perspective, where I'm at now with what I have. I've said it before. I do believe that I have some of the best in this class and price points for passive towers at a budget range, Buchart audio and Radiant acoustics with purified drivers. I mean, those are some of the best right now too. You can't go wrong there. And then Arundel's award-winning towers, the THX 1723 THX, they're some of the best that you can get. So like, how do I improve from there unless I want to spend thousands more? Or do I go to something that's very exotic like Sonus Faber again? And am I gonna look at the Sonetto series? Am I gonna try to find some used, Olympica Nova? You know what I mean? Like, am I gonna move into this higher range? At the top end, I mean, there's the Boris and Acoustics C1s, which have some amazing technology and an amazing tweeter and amazing clarity. So I'm a bit of a loss. I mean, put in the comments what your thoughts are with your journey from speakers and choices. I mean, has it been towers that got you? Was it bookshelves that really turned things over? Was it like a piece of electronics? Was it an amp or preamp or a streamer what was one of the pieces in your equipment in your journey? I'm going to try to block out the sun there. What piece of equipment in your journey was it that really turned the tables, like really brought out something that screamed hi-fi for you? And maybe I'll think about doing something like that in the system. Like I said, I might have some monoblocks coming in. There's a brand that I've been talking to that I've been interested in a while. Nothing really expensive, something attainable for everybody. I like to inspire that kind of like mid-level, entry-level stuff, because there's a lot more people we need in the hobby there than we do at the super high-end. I think the super high-end's doing okay, right? Like, not everybody needs the Suprema model Sonus Fabers and Wilson Audios, but we could get a lot of people into Kanto and some of the Buchart stuff in this other realm. Even the monoliths are an awesome choice for entry-level. So anyways, that's enough for me. I've been rambling a little bit. Friday tomorrow, so let's look forward to doing a music scroll tomorrow in the afternoon. I'll try to post up one of my streams. So if you see this video, please anticipate a Friday evening live stream and then Saturday live stream at about 4:30-ish. I do Friday and Saturdays whenever I can now. And yeah, I'll see you in the future. Join me live on Friday and Saturdays to listen to some new music. And yeah, we'll enjoy that together at that time. But yeah, in the comments, let me know. Has it been bookshelves? Towers? Was it a new streamer preamp? What was the one thing that really highlighted and made a change in your hi-fi system? Okay, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks a lot.